Hey, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. We're coming to you live a little bit earlier than our normal time, and there's some reasoning behind that. It's because I'm in Florida. We have our beach retreat for Movement Church. Several people who are part of our community here at Feller Fam are part of what we call Movement Church. We're having a beach retreat in Panama City Beach starting tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And last night, whenever I got done with my stream, my cousin Tisha, who works for Movement Church, and her sister Rose came over to my house, and then we were going to wake up early this morning and leave, and I don't know what got into us. We were just like, let's just leave now. And we took off driving in the middle of the night. We made it to Florida, and I was very tired, and but I wanted to spend some time with them today, just getting prepared before our retreat starts. And so we're going to be doing that this evening, which means I wanted to do a stream a little bit earlier. So they're out having fun, and I'm here with you guys also having fun. Don't take it the wrong way. Also having fun. But yeah, we'll see how many people show up. I don't know. Again, this is a kind of a weird timing, right? 3:30 Central Time Zone. I don't know if I've ever done a stream at this time of the day on a Thursday. Maybe I have, because I've been, the days I do 2 streams, I do it times like this, right? So yeah, maybe I have. Anyways, so I'm coming to you live from Panama City Beach, and would love to know where you're watching from. We're going to be diving into all of the latest with the Kiely Rodni case, and there's been some developments in the past day. Some of them I don't fully understand. Check It TV apparently had released the video where he was handing over that computer to law enforcement. Then he took the video down. Then people got mad, and he made it for members only. You have to pay to watch it, and then he took it off of that, and then people got mad about that apparently. But so I wasn't able to catch the full thing before it went to members only. So the parts I watched and I heard other people talk about are interesting. There's some definite points of conversation that need to be had there. And then there was a news agency that reached specifically out to Doug and Adventures with Purpose and asked him to weigh on everything that's going on with Jagger and some of the accusations and things that are going on there. And so I wanted to share what he said. And then I even asked that question to him directly. And I thought maybe we could pull that video up and try to find it, because I think that that's an important conversation. That's an important question. That's something that I want to get to the bottom of too. It's like, they made it in some ways seem like it was Jagger, but Jagger has an airtight alibi. It's been confirmed by law enforcement. Someone who was watching the show the other day reached out to the police department and said, can you confirm Jagger has an alibi, essentially? And they said, yes, we confirmed that Jagger had an alibi. So there you go. All right, guys, let me see where you're watching from. Let me see where you are watching from. Houston. What's up, Angie? Hey, Amy in Newport. You're in Panama City. P. Jones, that's where I'm at right now. Hey, Tim in Florida. Joan in St. Louis. Jessica in Texas. Great to see you. Hey, Adele in Canada. Jane Doe in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Kentucky, New Hampshire, Central Florida. Hello, Kristen. Good to see you. Lake City, Florida, North Carolina. Great to see you guys. Wales, North Carolina. Great to see you. Melbourne, Florida. Great to see you. Oklahoma City, Gainesville, Florida, Alberta, Canada. Panama City, already clicked on you. Saskatchewan, Pennsylvania, Valdosta, Georgia, Denmark. Good to see you. All the way from Denmark. Nashville, North Georgia. Good to see you. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. People from all over the place. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We also had some super stickers. Lily, thank you so much for starting the stream out just as a way to encourage and bless us. Thank you so much for doing that. Really appreciate it. Thank you. You too, Melissa. Thank you so much for just sowing seeds into what we're doing here. Good soil. We are good soil. And I just want to honor you even as the stream gets started. It helps us. We have significant mission in front of us. There's a fiscal reality to that. And so every super sticker and super chat makes such a huge difference. So thank you so much for sowing seeds into this. Amy, thank you for that super sticker. That means our super sticker train, guys, is up and rolling. And if you want to hop aboard that super sticker train, boom, we'd love to have you. It'd be great to get our stream just started off on a good footing, good super train footing. Some people always ask, like, hey, how can we give on PayPal or Cash App or whatever? PayPal is Tyler Feller. Cash App is $ Tyler Feller 22, and Venmo is at Tyler-Feller. Those are other ways that you can support what we're doing here. All right. I don't know if you guys saw the stream yesterday. We were talking about the Jolissa Fuentes case, and it was very interesting. Jolissa's mom, Norma, was able to get on, and then some other family members we were able to talk with. Then I got to pray over the family, and they asked me to take that prayer. Someone in the family or that was at the house asked me to take the prayer and just put that up, and they want to repost it. And so, yeah, they reposted that, just the prayer part, and so I did that for them, and then it was really powerful. It was such an honor to be invited into that, probably like a sacred space with them, is maybe what I would call it. And then at the end of the stream, Buffy, who's a member of the Feller fam here and someone that we really care deeply about, is having some significant health problems. I just felt like we needed to pray for her, and so she called in, and we got to pray over her, and she got to share some of her story, and it was just really moving. I know it wasn't like all the latest and greatest details of everything that's going on with true crime, but it was like the real side of trying to be what we say all the time, which is a community of contributors. And so that was really important to me. I mean, that was really important to me. So I was glad that we were able to do that. Hey, Karen, thank you for hopping aboard that super sticker train. You're number 2. Hey, Colin, thank you for that super sticker. You're number 3. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. April, thank you so much for hopping aboard. Really appreciate it. Like I said, every super sticker makes such a huge difference. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Okay, so what I want to do is then just put up the article. And this was an article that came out today, this morning. It says, divers who found missing teen Kiely Rodni's body break silence on murder conspiracies following suspicious car death. The volunteer dive team who found missing teen Kiely Rodni in her submerged car still feels her death is suspicious, but does not believe her boyfriend is involved. Kiely, who's 16, was discovered last month after 2 weeks disappearing from an end-of-school party in Truckee. The Adventures with Purpose crew traveled from Oregon. How many people say Oregon and how many people say Oregon? I say Oregon. Is it pronounced Oregon or Oregon? Hey, Rock and Ruin. Thought about sending you a super sticker, but I thought you should know deep fried pizza rolls are out of this world. You know what? I've never had deep fried pizza rolls. I've done air fried pizza rolls, and they are very good. So I'll take your word on it. And it has me thinking, where do you get these at that you're talking about? Where do you get the deep fried pizza rolls at? I'm curious about that. So anyways, thank you for sending a super chat. I really appreciate it. Rock and Ruin. And now you got me hungry for some deep fried pizza rolls. Hey, Rexy, thank you so much for that super sticker. Appreciate it. Jackie, good to see you. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. Hey, Southern Grammy Wolf, thank you for hopping aboard the super sticker train. You 2 stories with LJ. Hotspot. Hey, Hotspot, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That brought our super sticker train up to 9 on the train to get us started with. Oh, there's Annabelle. She says, hey, everyone. Well, hey there. Good to see you. Thank you for hopping aboard the super sticker train. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for being here with us, too. And I'm excited about the stream that we're having. Okay, I want to see what you guys are saying. Do you say Oregon or Oregon? Oregon. So you say Oregon, Oregon, Oregon. 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 I think I say Oregon. 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 I don't know. Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato. Oregon. Outback says Oregon. Oregon, Oregon, Oregon. Origin. Okay. The Adventures with Purpose crew traveled from OR after being alerted about the case and managed to locate her vehicle in Prosser Reservoir using sonar technology. They've been criticized for interviewing an alleged witness named Nick, who appeared to be described seeing Kiely with a boy in a black San Francisco Giants ball cap facing forward. Well, her boyfriend Jagger was seen on the Fox TV interview wearing a black Giants cap, but has vehemently denied he ever attended the party amid online abuse. Nick, who works for an unnamed roadside assistance company, which I don't think he works for them. I don't know. I don't know if it's AAA or we never got to the bottom of that. Claimed to have helped who he believed was Kiely and a mystery boy after her car broke down. He alleged it was either Friday, August 5th, or the day after when the search began, and said he was suspicious of the boy she was near with. She was suspicious of the boy she was with near Boca Reservoir. This week, Nevada County Sheriff's Office revealed they interviewed Jagger early on in the investigation and say he is not the person of interest. They quickly ruled him out. But they've refused to comment on whether they believe foul play was involved amid a full investigation. Guys, it definitely appears to me, from all of the indications that I have, which I know are not like probably every indication you can imagine, but from just what I'm picking up, it seems like they're heading towards this being a case of foul play. I don't know for sure. And I think some of us are going to be righteously angry if they just come out and say inconclusive or total accident. I think those of us that are involved in this case are going to be like, huh? That doesn't make sense. And I asked the question in the poll today, how many of you think it was a for sure accident? Only 4% of you. I mean, another 12 say it was probably an accident. And then, 39% say it's probably foul play. And then there's 46%, almost half of you are saying it's for sure foul play. But there's 96% of you guys that are like scratching your heads if they came out and said this was for sure an accident. And that number just went down to 3%. So only 3% of you guys think it's a for sure accident. And the rest of you have wiggle room one way or another, with the vast majority of you leaning towards or pretty solidly thinking that it's foul play. And I don't think you're off on that. And I've shared my thoughts on what I think. It kind of all hinges on the tow truck driver story, because I could see how it could be an accident. So if the tow truck driver story is not legitimate, and I don't mean that he was lying or anything like that, I just mean he got confused about who exactly it was that he was mentioning, then I would say that if his story, we have to throw it out, then I would say there's a 50-50 chance it's an accident or foul play, because people from the party that I've talked to now that I've had an opportunity to have some conversation with say like it's just a wrong turn. It's like easy. So despite what everyone else is saying, I'm going to listen to people who are at the party and get their insight on it. And so we throw the tow truck driver story out. It's 50-50 if it's accident or foul play. Now, if the tow truck driver story is legitimate, I'm leaning towards like, yeah, this is definitely foul play. I'm 50-50 on the tow truck driver, which means my percentage then would be 75% foul play, 25% accident. That's where I'm at right now. I mean, that is where I'm at right now. I'd love to know where you guys are at. Put a percentage on it. Let me know in the chat. Which way are you leaning? And those toxicology reports, guys, take a long time. Like I don't know. I don't know if the toxicology reports are done. We have a pretty good indication that at least the first round of the autopsy report is done, meaning that the round that was completed by the medical examiners in the coroner and all that is done. The autopsy there is done. They're probably going through in the final edit of the document and figuring out what they need to retract and that kind of stuff. But the toxicology report, especially considering her body, I don't know, guys. That one's going to take a while. And so they're kind of just waiting on that toxicology report. And that toxicology report is going to have a lot to say. For example, did she have marijuana in her system? Probably sounds like she did. Did she have alcohol? Everyone's came out and said that. Did she have fentanyl? That tips you over to foul play. Accidental foul play or overdose type situation like that individual who's in jail now. So Amy says 95% foul play. I'm 75%, but Sherry's 100%. Mystic Firefly is 97%. $50, $40, $10. I hope we do, Pete Jones. I hope that they release the tow truck driver's stuff. Verona, though, but about that toxicology report, they said that they can get it from her eyes. So, but you're right, it might be inconclusive, but I'm hoping not, because they did come out and say that they could extract fluid from her eyes and that it is a lengthier process and a little more complex, but it's definitely possible. So now, Doug Bishop, a key member of Adventures with Purpose, has spoken exclusively to the U.S. Sun about this case and the rumors surrounded Kiely's boyfriend. As far as the young man by the name of Jagger is concerned, we never mention his name. And I want to go find on Zav Girls when I'm interviewing him. I ask him that question. I don't remember when I asked him that question. I don't know if any of you guys remember the exact timestamp, but I asked him that question about you guys have that identity confirmed. And he sort of said the same thing back to me that he says in this article, which is that hat was referenced. I think everyone's trying to draw to him, but there are a million of those hats that are sold. As an organization, we do not consider anything like that to be possible. He's not a suspect, and we never named him as a suspect whatsoever. Now, those conclusions are being drawn, and it's unfortunate, but the FBI has completely ruled him out. I wonder if they thought it was Jagger in the beginning. You know? Like, I wonder if Adventures with Purpose thought it was Jagger when they made that video based on that guy's testimony. Like, if they held up a picture of Jagger to the Nick, the AAA guy, and said, hey, is this the person? And then obviously, we don't want there to be any unnecessary harm on anybody that's not being done by us. This case was in national headlines and being covered by web sleuths before we even came to town. The main thing that the public needs to understand is we have never named that young man, nor will we ever. A source said Westfall Jagger was annoyed with Adventures with Purpose putting out the YouTube video How We Found Kiely Rodni Murder or Accident, and as he has since received death threats. He thinks the video was for clout and he got so much hate on social media. Now, I do think that Jagger did get a lot of hate on social media in part because of that tow truck driver's testimony of Jagger wearing the hat. I mean, of whoever was with Kiely the next day wearing the hat, and Jagger being on the news wearing that same hat. But a lot of people have that hat. A lot of people have this hat, Movement Church hat. They bought on our merch site. There's a lot of hats out there that people have. Millions of people do have that San Francisco Giants hat. Jagger feels they made a mockery of this terrible accident. It disgusts him, and he's made it known. Kiely's family is supporting him. They do not think he was involved, and he is even living with them at the moment. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? That's the first I was hearing that. There's another thing that I heard. Now multiple channels are talking about it. I don't know if it's totally rooted in like a legit source, but I've heard multiple people talking about it. And it would explain, like, some people are saying, hey, Sammy has lawyered up, and everybody was like, see, she's guilty or whatever. We've been very careful on this channel to point accusations at anyone, especially teenagers. We've been very careful to protect teenagers. I've spoken out against other channels that have unnecessarily put these teenagers, in the middle of the bullseye target, because I just think it was really unfortunate, disrespectful, dishonoring, sensationalizing, and immoral. And I've said that a lot of times. But I've heard multiple times now from multiple different channels that there's some pretty high-powered litigation going on, and they're planning to go after YouTubers and other people who've put teenagers sort of in that bullseye target. And so people who were slandering or defaming or coming out and accusing certain teenagers of stuff, there's litigation coming after them. I don't know if that's true or not. Obviously, we can see that if something's filed, like in Truckee or whatever, you can definitely go check that out. But Stories with LJ says, it's a fact, I'm speaking with someone that's taking legal action. So I mean, I'm glad that we've been careful about how that has been handled. And I was urging everyone else to be careful. I mean, never in my wildest dreams would I thought that there would be litigation involved in some of these things. But it just isn't the right thing to do. Like, talking about Jagger receiving death threats, and we went in depth on that the other day. I don't understand how that's so contentious of a topic. Like, crazy people on the internet who are grown adults, probably half of them living in their mom's basement, keyboard warriors, accusing teenagers of murder. That's significant. And then giving them death threats and crazy stuff like that, telling them they need to kill themselves. Like, that's significant. That's crazy, and that's wrong. There's absolutely no evidence So I'm glad that we've been careful, and I've urged everyone else to be careful. Put a 1 if you think the tow truck driver story has merit. Put a 2 if you think it's fake news. Rexy, they are not teenagers. 18. Teen. Kiely was 16, by the way. Still a teenager. 18 and 16. By the way, 19 is also a teenager. A lot of you guys are saying 1 has merit. A couple fake news is in there. And even if an individual, for the sake of conversation, 18 might be legally an adult, but it's still a teenager. But even if, let's just even go with you. Okay, so the combat to what I'm saying is saying they're adults. Ooh. You know what it comes across to me, and I hope that this isn't your intent. That you know what that statement comes across like to me? Comes across like this to me. They're adults, so it's okay to tell them to off themselves. They're adults. It's okay to give them death threats. They're adults. It's okay to harass them, even though there's no evidence. I hope that that's not some of your guys' heart that are trying to come out and say that legally they're adults. That doesn't make it any different, in my opinion. I'm just stating the obvious fact that they're teenagers and your brain's not fully developed until you're 25 years old. So thrusting them into adult responsibilities when they probably lost a peer for the first time and they need to go through a grieving process and a healing, counseling, wholeness regimen, thrusting them into spotlight with hundreds of thousands of internet sleuths coming after them, not appropriate, whether you're 18 or 16. I think you guys could agree with me on that. Giving someone threats, not appropriate. I think you could agree with me on that. So whether you disagree with me on the fact that 18 is a teenager and 16 is a teenager, which I don't know how you could disagree with me on that. Even if you disagree with me on that fact, hopefully you can agree with me that those kinds of things are wrong. Hey, Eva, thank you for hopping aboard the Super Sticker train. Thank you for your support. I honor you and I bless you. Hey, Sharon, thank you so much for that Super Sticker. I bless you. Karen says, you've been very fair, open-minded, and unbiased, Tyler. This is why I love your channel so much. I think there will be a major twist in this case. There's definitely something going on. And if you guys look at a lot of the stuff that's going on in this area, there is like just this undercurrent of probably something really bigger happening. There's a lot of wealthy, influential people that have vacation homes there or have nice houses there. And with that comes power. So I think that there could be definitely a big twist coming as well. Thank you, Karen, so much for that super chat. Yeah. Okay, let me keep reading this. Jagger has proof he is handed to law enforcement that shows he was not even in the area. He was driving back from Napa Valley when this man allegedly saw Kiely. Jagger believes it was an accident, that she turned too fast while she was intoxicated and ended up in the water. Okay. So let's take these two sentences together. You ready? Kiely's family supporting Jagger. They don't think he's involved. He's living with them. Jagger believes it was an accident. She turned too fast while she was intoxicated and ended up in the water. All right. What does that tell you? Kiely's family believes it was an accident, that she turned too fast while she was intoxicated and ended up in the water. That's what that tells me. And that pretty significant indication. He's staying with them. He's processing grief with them, doing what the mom said, getting away to dance to Life's song, expressing emotions through art and all that, going to do all that stuff. And in the process, they're having conversations about what they think happened and they're grieving. If Jagger's living with with Kylie's mom right now, and then coming out and saying believes it was an accident, she turned too fast. My guess would be that's exactly what the family thinks, and that explains a lot of some of the interactions that we've seen from Kylie's mom after she was discovered, for sure. It's interesting that the bulk of the conversation about Kylie has centered around her mom, yet very few people have tried to make mention of how is her dad feeling. And I don't know if that's because maybe she had a closer relationship with her mom or her grandparents. It's kind of a weird thing. I think sometimes when a parent in this situation had lesser of a relationship with their kid, it's even harder on them than the other parent. Not that it's not extremely difficult for both, but it's like you're also processing a lot of regret on top of your grief. And it's this idea that you're not going to be able to get back time. And that is pretty significant. Bishop said that they did their background work on witness Nick and still stand by him 100%, but admit that there is a possibility Kylie may have been with someone else or it wasn't her at all. He said the majority of what they uncovered in Truckee, and while speaking with Nick, he's been held back until investigation is complete, but they do not yet know if it's relevant. The alleged witness has spoken to police, but it is unknown if he has provided any video or photographic evidence of the couple he encountered in Boca. He previously told Bishop that there are cameras on his vehicle, but that he didn't have access to the footage, adding that the boy in question was wearing a white bro tank. Is that a weird statement? Or is that just people commonly say white bro tank? Bro tank? Sharon, thank you for your super chat. You said, not sure if Jay is guilty or not. I think people feel he is because he displayed some obsessive type behavior after her disappearance. I think it's just that he loved her a lot and they were on again, off again, but still obviously were really close. They were texting the night of the party. And again, I've just thinking about my cousin Jesse, who's 18 years old, they lost a classmate not that long ago, and it was just devastating for them. Like, there's just something about it. It's just like when you lose someone that's a peer of yours for the first time, it like hits this part of your heart that had been previously like maybe a little naive or definitely very pure, and you got your eyes wide open to the world, and then like someone that you grew up with dies, and in Jagger's case, someone that he loved, someone that he had a relationship, someone that he was, deeply involved with dies. That pierces a heart that had otherwise, a part of your heart that had otherwise been unpierced. And so there's bleeding that just goes out in all these different directions. And so it is weird. And it's like, I want to capture the memories, and I want to make an Instagram page, and I want to share the videos that we had that was like our relationship thing. And I'm going to do whatever I can to, make sure we get to the bottom of this. It's sort of the way I processed it. It's like when you love somebody and then that happens, it's even worse. Hey, S-Lot, thank you for your super chat. You said, you're awesome, Tyler. Thank you so much. I think you're awesome. Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for sending the super chat. And I just want to let you know I really appreciate it. Thank you. I remember like one of my classmates that I didn't even know that well, but I went to a really small school. There was only 40 people in my graduating class. one of them died like a month after graduation trying to swim across the river. And it was like the river we all went to, where I grew up in Missouri. Everybody has rivers. Is like, it was like, what? It just like, got that part of my heart. I remember it. And I didn't even know him that well. Like I wasn't even friends with him, but it's just like you just can't imagine it happening, I think of another kid that I went to elementary school with that died like a couple years ago. He didn't even go to high school with us, but I was friends with him in elementary school, and I like saw it on Facebook one day that he had passed away, and I'm like, I still think about that sometimes. I'm like, what? How does that happen? It just, I don't know. It's just a different kind of a loss. It's just a different kind of a loss. Bishop admits he's not convinced yet that Kiely simply drove into the reservoir alone after she was found in the back of her submerged vehicle with one of the windows smashed. He said, I think it's suspicious, but it's now in the hands of some of the best professionals in the world, and we have to wait patiently. I love that he said it that way, some of the best professionals in the world. I think he's talking about FBI and California Highway Patrol. Yeah, that is true. A mind of my own. They said shorter hair, like just a little sticking out. I don't know how to do it. Like maybe, I don't know. My hair's not long enough. Like a little sticking out, like that much sticking out, or something. I don't know. He had a lot sticking out. So you're exactly right. Thank you for your super chat. As much as we deem the entire thing to be suspicious, it could very well be an accident. He added that whatever the conclusion is, it could result in an online storm, and many continue to speculate what happened to her and whether anyone else was involved. That is actually insane. If you think about it, like, what do you think is going to happen considering only 3% of you are convinced that it's an accident, and there's at least 80% or more, probably about 85% of people who thinks it's foul play, and about 50% of those people are certain that it's foul play. If they came out tomorrow and said, hey, we've reviewed the autopsy, we've reviewed the crash, whatever they do to recreate the crash recreation, you know what? It's an accident. Imagine the storm that's going to be set off, like he's saying. People are going to lose their minds if that happens. They won't accept it. They'll have to, if that's what happens, they'll have to say, well, release the full autopsy report, release the full toxicology report, release the full crash recreation report, release phone records, prove to us that it's an accident. And I think that this is a good question that we began to ask. And I asked this to Doug from Adventures with Purpose myself. Is it a crime scene first or an accident first? Or like we think about the case of Dylan Rounds, that was a big question I was asking. Is this a missing persons case first? Or is this a criminal investigation first? In the case of Kiely Rodni, is this an accident first or is this a criminal investigation first? I lean towards, when you're working on this type of thing, it should always be criminal first. Because if not, silly things happen, like they take off with evidence and destroy the back of truck windows like they did in the Dylan Rounds case. They leave a bunch of stuff at the bottom of the lake. Hey, Sheila, thank you for your super chat. You said, thank you for getting through the haters. I'm trying. I do my best. And it's not always easy. Thank you for your super chat. And I just appreciate your unwavering support, Sheila, of us. You're such a big part of our community here, and I'm so grateful for you. Hey, Amy, thank you so much for your super sticker. Thanks for your support. Super sticker train conductor. If anybody wants to hop aboard, we'd love to have you on our super sticker train today. Autopsy results. Bishop said their top of the range equipment which was better than what law enforcement was using, was the reason why they located Kiely in the reservoir. I thought he said you can get it at Bass Pro Shop. We specialize in something that they do not. So it's not a knock on them, it's just unfortunate. He added that if it was revealed foul play or the results are inconclusive, the public will blame the law enforcement. I think that's going to happen for sure. Think about this, guys. It's just crazy, isn't it? There's a couple things I don't understand. There were 50 full-time FBI agents assigned to this case in the first 2 weeks. How did the FBI not be more protective of what was going on? They couldn't find her vehicle in the Prosser Reservoir 50 feet from her phone ping, 100 yards from where the party was at. They finally remove the vehicle. They do it wrong. They flip it over. They break a window out. And all of the evidence in a potential criminal investigation floats to the bottom of the lake for some random guy on a paddleboard to find a few days later. Who, when he calls the police, they don't even want to show up to come pick it up. Then you start researching Placer County, which I know it's different than Nevada County, where this is at, but Placer County was involved in this investigation. You see widespread corruption and misuse and abuse, specifically in the law enforcement. And it's not even like an allegation. It's not even an allegation at this point. It's just a true fact. And there's nobody that wants to support law enforcement and has stood beside law enforcement in many cases than me. And I'll tell you this, I've gotten a lot of heat from doing that. I've gotten a significant amount of heat for supporting law enforcement in cases where people didn't think I should. For example, Moab Police Department and the stop with Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. Certainly there's some measures that could have taken place that may have prevented what had happened, but they spent over an hour there. They worked really hard. They were trying to find out the right solution. And my question would be like, did they do everything they could to the best of their ability in that moment? And then it just feels like, yeah, they probably did. Now, I understand why the Petito Schmidt family would be upset and they're suing the police department and all that. I understand all that. But I read the full report. It's like 182 pages or something, live on air with you guys, and went through all of it. Had law enforcement experts come on the show and talk about what was going on from their perspective. In this case, guys, some of the same people who were coming on and defending the Moab Police Department and the Gabby Petito case with me have came out and said that this is disgraceful, the way that law enforcement has handled this case. You can't leave important evidence at the bottom of the lake. It's just too significant. And I'm not even some super sleuth, and took a still shot from Adventures with Purpose video, could easily see what was in the vehicle. I posted it on my community tab before the MacBook was found underwater, with the assumption that law enforcement had it in their possession. So if they would have reviewed the footage in the way that I did, and then they were processing the vehicle, you would have thought that they would have said, where is the computer that's clearly seen in this footage? Where is the computer charger that's clearly seen in this footage? Where is that hairbrush that's clearly seen in this footage? You would have thought that they would have taken a few minutes to try to get down to the bottom of finding those things. They didn't. They didn't do it. I don't know if there's... I'll say one more thing too. People were so mean in the comment section to me about like posting what I thought was in the car based on the footage. I'm like, and I was holding this contention in my heart, like, yeah, but those things really matter in this case. If this ends up being a foul play situation, everything in her car is significant, especially on the back of the tow truck driver's testimony. So then 4 or 5 days later, guy paddleboarding finds the stuff that we'd already identified. And so I was just thinking, even more so, it was confirmed that I was doing the right thing by trying to figure out what was in that car. And all the people who didn't understand why I was doing that and thought I was just making a mockery of the case or whatever, probably felt a little bad about some of the comments they were making towards me by doing that and posting it on my communities tab. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that we did that several days before that stuff was found, because instantly, whenever we started to get wind of that stuff, I'm like, I instantly knew what was there. Compared it all, I'm like, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly her computer. Patty, thank you for that super sticker. Thank you for hopping aboard the super sticker train. Really appreciate it. Hey, Lauren, you said your lives are becoming the highlight of my day. Oh, that's so cool. I'm glad. We're usually kind of the evening crew, so we're a little bit early today, but I'm glad that we're able to do it. You're number 3 on our super sticker train this round. It'd be awesome if we could get up to 10 on the super sticker train. Erie Fairy, I wondered that same thing about the perfume bottle, and that could be significant depending on, for example, if it was Kiely's perfume or somebody else's. And if it was somebody else's, was it in there because it was there because of the party, or was it in there because that really was Kiely's vehicle and that really was a female, but that female was not Kiely? Were they using perfume to cover up smells? There's a lot of questions I have. Most likely it's just Kiely's. Still significant, and it would confirm the tow truck driver's testimony as well. The thing that I don't understand, it's like, when would that vehicle have ended up in the water? Because Kiely's reported missing that evening, 5:57 p.m. they send a tweet out. So the only day that they could have put that vehicle in the water would have been in the middle of the day on Saturday. Bishop insists Adventures with Purpose are not headline chasers, and that the interviews they do are to get answers, not to generate views on YouTube. It would far benefit us to be controversial, but that's not how we operate. We really care about what we do. We care about helping families. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. Bishop added, I'm not trying to make anything harder on them than it needs to be. Kiely Rodni's cause of death has yet to be confirmed. Asked about the autopsy, the Nevada County Sheriff's Office does have possession of records responsive to your request. See, that's why I was saying that, guys. Like, to me, I know that they have the autopsy because they say it right here. We do have possession of that request. The body's been released back to the family. They performed the autopsy. They've extracted fluids so that they can do a toxicology report. It should be noted, however, that the investigation is not complete, considered ongoing at this time. Once the investigation is complete, they'll release it. So, yeah. We expect the investigation, review, and redaction process to be completed by November 1st. How many people think it should take that long? I guess the toxicology report's taking that long, but the accident reconstruction shouldn't take that long. The gathering evidence from the tow truck driver takes about 10 minutes. They have a pretty good idea. They should at least give us an update. Hey, JD, you said you can sneak it back if you knew no camera zones. I'm not sure what you mean. Somebody help me understand what JD means, because I need to understand. Thank you for your super chat. Hey, Donna, thank you for your super chat too. Appreciate it. Wanda, thank you for that super sticker. Really appreciate it. Hey, Danielle, thank you for that super sticker. What's that? 3, 4. Looks like we got 5 people on the super sticker train this round. No, we have 7 people. I think we have 7 people. Thank you so much. I think one thing that so many people are leery of is that law enforcement hasn't been trustworthy in this situation. And I'm actually not talking about Nevada County. I'm not talking about Nevada County law enforcement. Nevada County law enforcement did everything that they knew to do in the moment. They're a smaller county. They were dealing with a highly publicized, very intense situation. They called in the experts. If I'm in that situation, and we talk about this, like for example, we did last night on the Jalissa Fuentes case. There's the Selma Police Department, who's a town of 23,000 people working a very sophisticated, complex case that involves weaving timelines and technology that needs to be unpacked and things like that. They're not asking other agencies to come in and help lead the investigation. Yet that would probably be the thing that would lead to the quickest results. In the case of what happened with Kiely, I'll just say I honor what Nevada Sheriff's Office did, which was call Placer County, which is right next to them. There's Lake Tahoe there. There's a ton of tax dollars there. They have a lot more resources. Let's get them to come help. Immediately ask the FBI to come in and help lead the investigation. FBI assigns 50 people to the case, which is totally unheard of for me because I'm studying these cases. It's like Dylan Rounds has one FBI agent, and he has, I'm sure, several other cases he's working on as well. Maybe at certain points they have other FBI agents involved in it. I don't know. But we know for 2 weeks, immediately following Kiely's disappearance, because of Nevada County, who was actually the jurisdiction over this, invitation to allow the federal agencies, Department of Homeland Security, showed up. And so a lot of what we're talking about is not even really about Nevada County when we're talking about law enforcement. But the thing that I think so many people are concerned about is, since we've been unable to trust them, do you think that we'll be able to trust the results of what comes out? Hey, Star, thank you for that super sticker. Really appreciate it. Karen says the lack of respect for Kiely from law enforcement is shocking. There's just parts of it that don't make sense. Like I can't. The major thing to me is that they left the evidence at the bottom of the reservoir. I have a hard time making sense out of that. Hey, Patty, thank you, Rhonda, for that. I think we got up to 11. Be awesome if we kept it rolling. Appreciate your guys' support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They added that the records are still not available 2 months. They'll further advise the media. There's a picture of Kiely that's not been seen much, I don't think. I haven't seen that picture very often. By the way, I want to welcome all the Feller fam that's here. I don't know if we have any new Feller fam members today. I don't think we've had any join, but we'd love to have you a part of our community. If you're interested, just click the join button. JD says the area has so many back roads that connect to bigger roads. If you look at the map, you could. I'm so sorry. I understand what you're saying now. The no camera zones. You mean you can sneak your car back there? Okay. With resources, car could be hauled in a closed area or remove plates. Yeah, we know the license plate was on the vehicle, right? But I guess you're saying they could have put it back on. So yeah, there's strategy around that. I just know that they, like, when we look at some of those early footage, pieces of footage, it seemed like they were all sort of like setting up shop for the search party in the sanctuary. And you would have basically have had to driven, from my understanding of how the map works, which is not a great understanding. And clearly you guys saw me on the stream the other day where I had no idea how the map worked. Yeah, I agree with resources car. Yeah. Thank you, JD, for that, for clarifying. I really appreciate it. It makes total sense what you're saying now. Not that it didn't before, but I, in my head, had started talking about some other information, and that's why. It's been a month since Kiely Rodni's vehicle and body have been found, and they keep just turning down doing interviews. And I don't understand that. It's like the public's waiting. We want a little more information. Can you give us something? Give us a little something. Now, one of the things that came out that I thought was very interesting, from part of the video that I watched, where the guy who found the laptop, here's some of my problem with some of this stuff. Like, you make a video, you tell people they have to get your express written permission to use it. Then you put it behind a paywall. Then you take it down. Then you put it back behind the paywall. And I just thought at the end of the day, we're fighting for justice for Kiely. And that's something that I've never been able to wrap my mind around. Like, if people misuse or abuse your content, I understand getting upset about it. But people who are handling it with care and having great conversations about it, I let anybody use my content that wants anytime. And half the time, guys, I give my content to other people before I even use it myself. Like, for example, I had that conversation with that kid who was at the party, and I was like giving that to Zav Girl. I was giving that to Amanda's Vita. I was giving it to whoever wanted to have it. Like, I don't care. Anybody can have it, because it's significant in bringing justice to this case in some ways. I'm like, I don't care if they, like, oh, they're gonna play it in some, like, if they wanted to, they could talk about it, play on their show before I played it. I don't care. I really don't care. Like, I care more about getting justice for Kiely if there's foul play, which seems like most of us think that there is. Getting down to the bottom of that. Like, I care more about that than like having the biggest stream on the internet about Kiely Rodni. Another thing that I care about is building a community of contributors, not content consumers. And so one of the things that I like doing is making sure we're building a larger community, that when this case, Kiely Rodni case, is over and we're deep into the Julissa Fuentes case, you're going to still be here with us. And when the Julissa Fuentes case is over and it's some other case that we haven't heard of yet that we start covering, you're still going to be here. That's what we're really trying to do. And so I don't get hung up on like how many views we had and all that stuff. Like, that's never been a thing for me, because I know, like, in the Gabby Petito days, I was one of the biggest people covering that case, and it was my first case, and I was like, oh, this is great. We were getting like 5, 6, 7,000 people on during a live, every live. Like, right now we have about 1,000 on. We had like 5 or 6 or 7,000 people. Soon as the Gabby Petito case winded down, we were having 300 people, 400 people on our streams. And I realized, like, okay, these people were just content consumers. And I want to build something with people that want to go on a journey with us. And so a lot of the folks that you see with the green flag are folks who realize that this is an actual significant community that they're a part of, and they want to be part of it. And there's other people who came during Dylan Rounds, and they're now with us through a couple cases, beyond that. Not that we're done with Dylan Rounds. There just hasn't been any significant updates to talk about. So I don't get competitive in the way that other people do on some of these cases, because I believe in getting down to the bottom of finding answers and locating Jolissa. If there's anything I can do, that if I come across any information that's able to be shared publicly, like for example, I would share it on my channel, I have no problem sharing it with anybody who's handling the case respectfully. And I would do that. And it's the same way I felt about the Kiely Rodni case with exclusive or whatever information I've had. I passed it all along. I've emailed everything that I have, like, to other content creators, even before I put it on my show. And it doesn't bother me. Like, I want to do that. And so I don't understand if there's some things that are said in that video that can be talked about, why it went on the route that it went down. Hey, JC, thank you for that super sticker. Sorry, I put it up there and I forgot to thank you for it. I really appreciate it. The one thing that stuck out to me, well, there's multiple things, but one major thing that stuck out to me of the snippets of it that I watched was the law enforcement officer who showed up asked the question, were you able to find her cell phone? Were you able to find her cell phone? Were you able to find her cell phone? What does that tell us? It means they don't have a cell phone. It means they don't have a cell phone. If this was an accident, how would they not have her cell phone? Right? If this was an accident, she would have left the party, had the phone in her pocket, whatever. It would be more likely for it to be foul play. And I'm going to ask you guys a question because I think it's a great point of conversation. I'm going to do a poll. I'm going to ask, do you think someone got rid of her phone, or do you think it's in the water? Got rid of her phone. Oops, I almost spelled water wrong. So the fact that they don't have her cell phone and they're looking for her phone, it's another clue piece to me. It's like, why weren't you guys not down there diving, trying to find everything you could? They're like, yeah, we've clearly got all the evidence out of the water. Really? Run the World. I've been trying to contact you. Are you serious about wanting my painting? Because I responded to you last night in Zab Girls, and I don't know if you saw it. And then I responded to your comments that you left on my video. So I'm glad that you're here, because I even said on my stream yesterday, like, I don't know if they're like trolling me. Okay, you actually want it. It's over. You can check it out on my website, which is tylerfeller.com. Just click store and check it out and let me know what you think. Run the World, tylerfeller.com/store. I was thinking, like, are they trolling me or do they actually want that painting? Guys, my suitcase completely broke. I know that it's unrelated to what we're talking about. We're having our Fellow Fan Movement Church retreat this weekend. My suitcase broke completely. I got to go get a new one. So, Karen, you think someone still has the phone? Let me check the results of the poll. Do you think someone ... got rid of her phone? Or 30% of you say it's in the water. So 70% of you think someone got rid of her phone. And there's multiple people who were diving there, right? Check It TV was diving there. And then somebody else came back and started diving there. And then a whole nother group of diver action. And I don't know if I wouldn't even know if I would consider Check It TV as diving, because he was literally just jumping to the bottom of it and swimming down there. He didn't have gear on. But didn't other divers come out, actual divers with gear, go back and search after that, and they found a bunch of broken glass and some other items? That's what I saw. I saw that happening. We know the police don't have it because the police asked, did you find her phone, when they went to go pick up that computer. Hey, Amy, our super sticker train conductor. I like that little avocado. Says cool. If you guys decide to hop on the super sticker train, pick your favorite sticker that you can see, and I'd love to see it. Send it to me. One of my favorites is the coffee one. The reason why is because we have our own coffee, chocolate covered cherry and vanilla bean coffee, www.movement-coffee. And when I see that little coffee guy, it gives me a little energy. Rooster, thank you. You did the coffee one too. Are you actually me, but your name's Rooster? You and I said the same super sticker at the same time. That's a little wild, man. That's a little wild. Oh, you did Inspector Gadget? That's so cool. I'm glad that you like it. Yeah, if you mix some Italian sweet cream creamer in there, it's really good. Our coffee is sourced from all over the world. Responsibly sourced. Mm-hmm. Everything. And then the whole other thing, and I wish I knew more about this, is the black box inside of the car, right? What can we learn from a black box inside of a car? Quickly record data around auto accidents and determine their cause. This data can help determine if it's driver error or defective. I think cars now are starting to have cameras all around them, and it's just recording anything that pops up. All American Cartel, you missed a lot, man. You missed a lot. Okay, so it can tell the speed in which it was going into the water. What gear it's in. Location. Does the black box work after it's been under the water? So it didn't look like any airbags were deployed in that, did it? It certainly didn't seem like there were any airbags that had deployed in that case. When everything felt lifeless. Do you guys think the local media is like tired of covering this? All right, let's see. Here's here's Celeb Magazine. Let's see what they have to say. What is this painting on there? Or whatever this is. What does that have to do with this case? Ivy Griffiths. Kiely Rodni's death is surrounded by mystery. Diver who found her body speaks out. 16-year-old Kiely Rodni went to a party, never made it home. Friends and family looked for 2 weeks before an amateur team. Why do they call them an amateur team? I don't think they're an amateur team. Do you guys think that Adventures with Purpose is an amateur team? And they pretty much seem like professionals to me. But they call them amateurs. I never understood that. Amateurs? Everybody calls them amateur team. I don't think they're amateurs. They said that they're the best in the world at what they do. They're subject matter experts. Even the most sophisticated law enforcement agencies are incapable of doing what they do. And yet every single article calls them an amateur. I've never understood it. And like, even I saw Amy's comment who says they don't get paid for what they do. That might be why they're calling them amateurs, but at the same time, they do get paid for what they do. It is literally just a different route of payment. Like, they're more crowdfunded. It's like people on social, same way this channel works. We're completely crowdfunded. We're funded by super stickers and super chats and things like that. It's like we have, in order, if people like the coverage and want us to keep doing what we're doing, then we have to do that. Their YouTube channel is the same way. Like, they're funded by donations. And so if people want them to keep doing what they're doing, that's how, but it's not that they're not paid for it. So am I an amateur YouTuber? Or like, how does that work? You know, like, where's the line there? Her disappearance and the questionable methods used by Placer County Sheriff's Department have raised serious questions online among amateur crime sleuths. And now, the diver who located Kiely Rodni's body has broken his silence on her boyfriend, conspiracy theories, and more. You know, when we talk about Adventures with Purpose and doing it as like an amateur, you know what I think would be, you know what I think would be really, sorry, my mind gets brain fog sometimes. You know what I think could be a really good business model for Adventures with Purpose? And I do think they're doing this some. I don't know what those contracts look like, but I bet that they could hold classes in Oregon, however you say it, where people pay to come and learn how to do what they do. They could sell themselves as consultants to different law enforcement agencies all across the country, especially in states where there's lots of water, and they could go do training there. And I guarantee you they would make significantly more money doing that than doing what they're doing. And they could even, like, they're having multiple teams now, have 1 or 2 guys go and train law enforcement, and then have a team that's still doing what they're doing. And so I think what we'll see, and I think that's probably the route that they're headed, I think we'll see a big machine, organization, corporation, 100 employees 3 years from now come out from Adventures with Purpose. And you know, one of their line items to fund what they're doing will be donations and YouTube and merch sales and all of that. Another line item will be product sales, like, for example, the window breaker thing, and they'll probably come out with some other items. One will be classes and things that people can come to, and then one would be training law enforcement agencies. And I don't know if they'll get to a place where, like, outside agencies can contract them to come and do stuff, but the government contracts people to do stuff all the time. It's just the way it works. Annette says, "Good morning, Tyler. Hope you're feeling better." You know what? Part of the reason I think I was feeling so terrible for about 10 days is because it switched into it being really hot. It got like really hot and it had cooled down some, and that my body just does not work well. So when it gets hot like that, and then a few other reasons as well. But yeah, I'm feeling slightly better today. I didn't sleep very much because what we ended up doing was leaving at midnight last night and drove to Florida for the speech retreat that we're doing. But thank you for your support. Thank you for your super chat. Doug Bishop from Adventures with Purpose is based out of Oregon, and their team traveled to California to help look for the missing teen. Bishop's team located Rodney's body in Truckee using sonar technology. Adventures with Purpose has been criticized for interviewing an alleged witness named Nick, who appeared to describe seeing Kiely with a boy in a black San Francisco Giants ball cap facing forwards. Her boyfriend Jagger Westfall was seen on Fox TV wearing that same hat. Nick, who works for an unnamed roadside assistance company. I still want to get down to the bottom of that. Hey, Andrea, thank you for hopping aboard the super sticker train. Really appreciate it. I can't remember what number we're on. I don't know if we're doing what number we're on. We're just picking our favorite super sticker. And we only had me. I sent one. It was of coffee. Rooster sent one of coffee. And then yours, is it also coffee? You're sending me coffee. It's like coffee for you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sending that. If you guys want to send me some coffee, that's good. Get some coffee on this beach retreat. A little pep in my step. That'd be a good thing. So thank you, Andrea, for that. Oops. I didn't mean to quit sharing my screen. Unnamed roadside assistance company. So did we get to the bottom of that? I know we've talked about it a lot. Is it significant or insignificant? Not sure. My guess is that he works for a company who is contracted out by AAA. Some people are saying it was the California thing. Maybe California contracted out. I don't know. PC, Placer County Sheriff Department, says they interviewed Rodney's boyfriend, but do not consider him a person of interest. As far as the young man by the name of Jagger is concerned, we've never mentioned his name. The hat we referenced, there's millions of people who have that hat. As an organization, we do not consider anything like that to be possible. He's not a suspect. We've never named him as a suspect. Now those conclusions are being drawn, and it's unfortunate, but the FBI has completely ruled him out. Obviously, we don't want there to be any unnecessary harm on anybody. That's not being done by us. The case was in national headlines, so we're being covered by web sleuths before we even came to town. The main thing the public needs to understand, we've never named that young man, nor will we ever. According to Bishop, Jagger is devastated by the speculation online, and Rodney's family doesn't believe he was involved in her death. Kiely's family is supporting him. They do not think he was involved, and he is even living with them at the moment. What do you guys think about that? About Jagger living with them? Oh, thank you. Username redacted with the aliens and that Area 51 vibes. You said, I love this channel. I'm going to order some coffee now. Yeah, we have great coffee. That'd be great. Thank you for doing that. Nightbot put the link in the chat for you if you want to go pick it up. But thank you so much for loving the channel. Thank you for supporting us through the super chat, super sticker. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do you guys think Adventures with Purpose made people think it was Jagger or no? Because I made a video that I had to take down because of how many people started coming after me, where I said that it was really indicative of it being Jagger by the way that they said the San Francisco hat thing, considering we don't know very many characters in the story at the time, and Jagger was on the news wearing a San Francisco hat. When you really listen to the details, you could tell that they weren't describing Jagger, but instantly so many people jumped towards it being Jagger because of the hat. And I made a stream and I called that part of doing what they're doing as irresponsible, unless it really was Jagger. But if they knew that it wasn't him and they did it, it's irresponsible. But if they thought it was him, I understand why they did it. But when you listen to the guy, it was like, you know, didn't make sense. Darren says, bro, you are too hungry for the money. Really? You think I'm hungry for the money? Really? What am I doing that's hungry for the money? Doing a YouTube stream? I just disagree with his statement. I don't agree with him. By the way, all your super chats and super stickers help fund our ministry. We have somebody on our staff. We do a big portion of it in benevolence. We actually gave somebody $1,000 yesterday. It was in a significant situation that was funded actually from another source, but because we actively want to be a part of helping people. That's what we do. We help people. So I think some people realize that this channel is about helping people. Southern Gal Jen says, I may not be here tomorrow for Faith Friday, so can you say a prayer for my mom to get released from the hospital soon? She's is at the COVID unit, rehab after. Yeah, we'll be praying, Jen. I'm sorry to hear that. Keep us updated. And if you don't mind, guys, would you guys put Southern Gal Jen's mom on your prayer list and keep us updated? I'm definitely going to be praying about that with you. Let's see what Sleuthy's saying. The Nevada County Sheriff's Office is not providing any further information, including to dispel possible rumors, while the investigation into the death of Kiely Rodni is still open. What the heck? California Highway Patrol is investigating a car crash, and the Nevada County Sheriff's Office is investigating if foul play was a factor. Sleuthy Goosey has a lot of good information on her channel about this case and other cases. And so if you guys are interested in understanding, you know, some facts, she's a good one to follow. I'm not saying, please don't take it as like an endorsement of everything she posts or talks about. I don't know about all of that, but I do know like there's things that she's put out that I really gleaned from. Oh, Heather, you live in Panama City. That's so cool. Yeah, we're in Panama City for the next couple of days. We have a Movement Church retreat here this week. So, a beautiful city. I haven't enjoyed it yet because I'm doing this stream, but my family that's with me are out enjoying the beach right now. And I'm a little sad because I wish I was with them, but I'm here with you guys, so that's good. Rhonda, thank you for your super chat. Just because I fully support you in this channel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting us. Daisy says, Tyler, you're so distracted. I didn't sleep last night because I drove for 9 hours from Nashville to Panama City Beach. So that's part of it. And then the other part of it is I do have ADHD. And so that's going to kind of probably be riled up whenever I don't sleep. I have really bad ADHD, actually. And so it's coming out, I guess, if that's what you're picking up on. And I used to take Adderall, prescribed by the doctor, obviously. And I just don't take any medicine for it anymore. And so it certainly gets a little crazier when I don't sleep. Okay, here's a picture, and it says, divers recover. On the morning of Sunday, August 21st, volunteer divers with Adventures with Purpose located Kiely Rodni's silver Honda CRV about 55 feet off the shoreline of Prosser Reservoir, where she'd been partying Friday night and Saturday morning. Photos by Naomi Peacock. Look how many cars there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 cars that we can see. Wonder how many law enforcement that equals. Tough maneuver. Many law enforcement officers worked Sunday to pull Kiely Rodni's submerged Honda out of Prosser. Law enforcement officials from multiple agencies supervised the extraction of Kiely Rodni's vehicle from Prosser Reservoir, taking time to follow procedures. That turned out not to be true. They definitely weren't following procedures from my perspective. They said they're taking time to follow procedures. Put a 1 in the chat if you think the police in this case were taking time to follow procedures. Put a 2 in this chat if you think it's fake news, because they left a computer at the bottom of the lake. Yeah, you guys are mainly 2s. I know what I can do that might make me be more attentive. I'll open up the phone lines for a few minutes if anybody wants to call in. 3 minute, it's kind of a time span. When you call in, we'll put a timer up. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, links pinned in the chat. Would love to hear what you have to say. Hopefully we get a good caller. Hopefully we have somebody with some good information. Look, Al says purposeful dereliction of duty, period. It's a statement. This is from August 11th. They are also inspecting the bottoms of Prosser, Boca, Stampede. We are looking for Kiely, her car, and her phone. Well, they still haven't found her phone, and it certainly doesn't seem like they were looking at the bottom of, it certainly doesn't seem like they were looking at the bottom of that. Article written on August 8th. If you see Kiely or her vehicle, not going to be seen, you can contact the sheriff. But if you don't find any evidence, you should contact Sammy. Huh? Hey, Southern Gal Jen.
Hey, Pastor.
I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to talk over you.
I think there's just a little bit of a delay.
I was just still concerned when I had went back and watched another stream about, there were divers in the water before AWP got there, and there was a marker by those divers that was about 50 feet from her car. I mean, they went in where the car was. I sent you the video link. Yeah.
You sent
I emailed it to you. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
I watched it yesterday, and I think
you sent it to me yesterday?
Yesterday or the day before.
All right,
I'm sorry.
I got it. I see it.
I have brain fog with all this family stuff going on.
Okay.
Yeah, he actually shows there's like a yellow marker where those divers went in, And, and then law enforcement said, oh, we've checked that. We've checked that. And AWP said, well, they had got.
Well, they said in the press conference that they did not. Like in the press conference, they said they did not send divers in.
Well, it shows them in the pictures in that video. There's a boat and there's divers and there's a yellow marker sticking up out of the water because there were divers I guess they mark where they're diving, where they're diving. Not that they found something like AWP does, but that's been on my mind a lot.
Is it the one where you said there's one cuss word in it?
There is one. Yes, sir.
I don't know. I'm trying to skim through it and just see what you're talking about. I'm not seeing that particular spot in the video where there's divers and a yellow spot. It's mainly just him on the screen talking.
Yeah, he shows some pictures of it in the video somewhere. I don't have a timestamp of it. I do apologize.
Yeah, it's just like too hard for me to go. I skimmed through it. I'm not seeing it. There were divers in. Oh, I think I found what you're talking about. Let me put it on the screen for other people to see in this exact timestamp of this. I don't know. I'm just going to take a screenshot actually of this image. I don't know, for one, if this is actually... I don't think this is Prosser Reservoir. The boat says Alameda County Sheriff's Office. So I think it's just fake news.
Okay.
See, that boat says Alameda County Sheriff's Office. I don't even know where Alameda County is.
That's interesting.
And as far as I know, I'm looking it up. It is in California. Alameda Law Enforcement Office in California. And let me see Oakland, California. So I don't know why or how Alameda would be involved in this case, to be honest. But
good catch.
I just think we can't trust what we see online. And so I instantly was skeptical because it just doesn't line up with what other people are saying.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that. Conference. Well, there you go. Look, you debunked something else for me.
I debunked it fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
ADHD or not, you got it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Alameda could have been involved. So I stand in a place where I might be wrong still, but just my gut was saying that I don't think that that's Prosser. It could even be, if Alameda was helping, it could be, for example, Boca. But it didn't look even to me like it was totally Prosser.
I think I would have to look at the pictures again to see if those trees were across the way. There were those little trees too. I may do that later and see if I can find the little trees.
So there's there's trees here across the way. But like this shore over here is pretty green. And in Prosser, it just didn't have a green shore like that. It's like really hard dirt shore. Even like where they're standing down here, it's like pretty muddy looking. It didn't look like that at the shore on Prosser. So let me just go back real fast to Sleuthy because I know she has some pictures. And I just had those pictures up. Well, there's some green. There's some green there. So yeah,
there's little trees.
There's little trees. So you might be right. So I take all my statements back about. I don't know. Now I'm confused.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to confuse anyone.
Sandra says you're correct. So I think you might be right.
That's one thing that concerned me about Ellie is saying, oh, we've put people in there. We didn't find anything. You don't have to go there, AWP. And then they got, another tip from somebody else unknown that we don't know who that was. And I was like, it just stirs something in my mind about how Ellie did everything. It really does. Like, why? I was like, did they not want them to go there? Just it's just a gut feeling. I don't know what it is, but I can't. It's just weird.
Did they not say in the press conference that they did not have divers in Prosser, though?
But which one is this Prosser? The one we're looking at right now?
Yeah.
But the picture before shows that they did, right?
I know, but I'm saying like that one police officer.
Well, I'm just going off what Doug said. I'm not sure about the press conference. I'm just saying what AWP said about they were saying, oh, they had been there. We've cleared it. So, I don't know. It just, I don't know. It burns my biscuits. Quay burns my biscuits.
Really lights a fire under me.
It does. It burns my biscuits. Okay, y'all, it's an Arkansas saying.
Well, thanks for calling in.
Y'all have a great time. Please try to enjoy yourself some, okay, and get some rest. You know, if you don't even want to do Faith Friday tomorrow night, that's okay.
Oh, I would never miss a Faith Friday.
Okay. Well, I may not be here. I may be up in the hospital in Jonesboro with my mom. So just praying she gets out soon and into rehab so she can get stronger. Amen.
Yeah. Well, I'll be praying for you guys and keep us updated.
All right. Thank y'all so much, Filler Fam.
All right. Bye. Now I'm just confused.
She was found. They had.
Okay, let me just put that guy. I don't know this person, but this guy's channel is called Harsh Reality. If you want to check it out, I just want to play this one spot because I want to compare what he's saying to what the law enforcement said in their press conference.
They had told him that they had used the equipment that they had that did include specific equipment, and that they had divers in the water. And in these pictures here, you will see how close they were to where Kiely's vehicle was found. Around 100 feet from where she was found, they had divers, and they had even placed a marker in the water. Now, there is a link in the description that goes a little bit more in depth.
I'm going to click that link. I'm going to click that link. What? I don't see the link. There is no link. What link? I got punked. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, guys, this is a video from Real Justice. I'm going to put it in there in the chat. So if you guys want to go watch it or subscribe to the channel or anything like that. Bunny Mom says, I thought I heard law enforcement say they had searched the area where they found her. Let's try to rewatch this interview. That's why I'm searching right now, actually. I'm so confused about this. That's why I'm playing this video. By the way, I'm playing this video from Real Justice. I've never watched any of their videos. I've never even heard of them. So if it's just something crazy, please forgive me. Thank you for your super chat.
So we're looking for a silver vehicle. Her Honda CRV is silver in color. Helicopters have stated that they could see the bottom of this reservoir. We've had multiple different extreme levels of sonar utilized by different sonar teams in this reservoir. I'm confident in what they've done. However, and not to sound cocky, but if we haven't searched it, it hasn't been searched. That's our motto, so that we stay efficient and protect the integrity of everything we do.
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's
He said the lake was extensively searched. With sight sonar, we had ROV, we had divers.
An ROV, find it when we were searching. The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's.
Some people say the reason the police didn't want Kiely's vehicle found was because some of the cops' kids were at the party might be involved. I don't know if that's true. This is, guys, again, a video I'm watching. People have said that, but I don't know. August 13th. 8 days before Adventures with Purpose found the vehicle. The police already marked off a location in the water. About 100 feet to the right. Oh, I could use some coffee right in this exact moment of where Kiely's vehicle was eventually found. I guess I could just make it bigger instead of just putting my face closer to the computer. I'm still going to do it, though. I'm doing a healthy eating challenge, so I can't eat a Snickers, but I haven't ate today at all. And it's 5:15 p.m. So I just forgot to eat. Stupid thing. And then I started streaming. Like, I was kind of napping, resting a little bit, got ready to do the stream, realized all I have is this bottle of water, which is now empty. No food on my stomach. What's up with that? Thank you, Kat, for your support of this channel. Guys, I typically eat. I'm on this plan where I eat 5 meals a day. It's just like I'm traveling. It's hard to keep up with everything. It's just one day thing. It's okay to like not eat for one day by accident. And people fast all the time. We talk about fasting. Fasting's a good thing. Kat K, thank you for your super sticker. Appreciate it. Tyler, do you have a day job? So I'm very impaired physically due to some of the challenges I have from post-COVID. I was a pastor full-time for my whole basic adult life until I got sick and couldn't do it anymore. So I don't have a day job doing that. I do work for a psychiatrist. And I also work for a ministry in Las Vegas. And I do a couple other things. And I lead Movement Church. So I have a few different jobs. Psychiatrist I work for is named Brad Robinson, MD. I'm helping him create videos on his YouTube channel. I occasionally link it in my community tab. Can someone confirm to me that this is Prosser Reservoir? Like, it's identical. Like, put a 1 if you're like, yes, this is 100% Prosser Reservoir. Put a 2 if you think this is like something else, like Boca Reservoir, for example. Hey, Run the World, thank you for your super chat. You said, keep watching the press conference. A journalist will ask about the divers and the Prosser, and the spokesman is clearly embarrassed when he says no. That's what I thought. That's what I'm trying to get to. So I'm watching this video, and my next plan was go back to that press conference and play that. Exactly what you're saying. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's exactly what I'm thinking. So I don't know what's on this video, but I'm watching to see if he says that. The tree line across the lake proves, it's one way to prove it, that this spot what day was that picture taken then? If the vehicle wasn't there, then maybe the vehicle did get put there later. Like, what day is that photo taken? Nevada County Sheriff. Spelled sheriff wrong, but it's okay. It's okay. It still found me. Okay, that's not what we want. Where's like the full press conferences? Is it under Placer County Sheriff's Office? Placer County. How do you spell sheriff? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is the one. This is the one right here. What a still shot right there. What's this guy doing? What's that? Is he laughing? What's he doing? Amy says she hears the train coming. I hear the train coming. Coming around the bend.
At this time. What I can tell you is we'll do a thorough investigation. We'll take every bit and piece of information that we have, including what's already been provided to us, and we'll reach some conclusions that will be provided to the parties of interest at that time.
Before Adventures with Purpose went out there this weekend, when was the last time that we had swimmers or divers from any of these 16 agencies out there searching that area?
I'd defer back to the Nevada County Sheriff for that question.
Yeah, I would say that we actually have had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there. There were many ponds that we were following.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I got distracted because Deb says I was funny in the chat. I was thinking about, am I funny or not? And then I forgot what I was doing. I forgot that I was on a stream with 1,000 people watching, paying attention to what's happening in this press conference. So I have to rewind. I'm so sorry. I was like, then I heard him say divers, and I was like, oh, ding, ding, ding. That's the clue we're looking for. What's he going to say? I'm so sorry, guys.
Out there searching that area.
I'd defer back to the Nevada County Sheriff for that question.
Yeah, I would say that we actually.
I forgot to listen to the question from the journalist. I'm telling you guys, I'm actually usually pretty smart. I'm just today. Today I'm not.
Out there, and when was the last time that we had swimmers or divers from any of these 16 agencies out there searching that
When was the last time there was any divers searching Prosser? That's the question.
area?
I'd defer back to the Nevada County Sheriff for that question.
Yeah, I would say that we actually have had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there.
We've had divers in lots of bodies of water, not necessarily Prosser. Yeah, but did we not see the Alameda or whatever the name of that county is? at Prosser. I'm gonna try to call Alameda. How do you call it? How do you guys spell it? Alameda County Sheriff's Office. I'm calling them right now, live on the air, live for everyone to hear. Not that they want to answer this question, but it's important. 510-268-7905. It's ringing.
This is AT Transit Police Services. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you'd like to leave a message for a deputy, please wait till the end of the message and leave your recording. If this call is regarding parking citations, you may call 1-866-353-7147. If this call is regarding...
I'm calling another number. I don't even know what the heck that number was even about.
Good afternoon. I'm County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff's Administration.
Hey, yeah, I'm working on a story involving the Kiely Rodni case, and I have a question about some of the divers that your county sent out to Prosser.
Okay, let me give you the contact for a public information officer.
Okay.
He'd probably be the best person to ask. Do you have a pen and paper?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Our PIO, his name is Lieutenant Ray Kelly. It's R-A-Y, K-E-L-L-Y.
Okay.
His work cell phone's area code 510.
Okay.
Good luck with your story. And let us know if you need anything else.
Okay. Have a great day. Bye. Guys, the reason why I put it on silent is because he was giving me that guy's cell phone number. I just didn't feel like. I'm gonna email him because they gave me his email as well. Hey, Lieutenant. His name's Lieutenant. Hey, Lieutenant. Oh, you know what I could do is text him. That's his cell phone number. I wonder if I texted him, see if he has an iPhone. That'd be even better. Yes, he does. Okay, I'm going to send him a voice memo. So I think that would be the better option. So hang on, guys. Let me record this. Hey, Lieutenant Ray. My name's Tyler Feller. I'm working on a story covering the Kiely Rodni case, and I just have a quick question for you involving the dive team that you guys sent out. Can you confirm that your dive team was at the Prosser Reservoir? And did they search exclusively Prosser? Did they search some of the other surrounding lakes as well? The reason I'm asking is because there's a picture that's circulating that shows your dive team from your county actually marking a spot, what appears to be about 50 foot from where Kiely's vehicle was. And so I'm hoping you can just bring some clarity. Thank you so much for your time, Lieutenant Ray. Hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk soon. All right, guys. We'll see what happens. He has an iPhone. Message has been delivered. Let me listen to it. Hey, Lieutenant Ray. My name's Tyler Feller. I'm working. Yep. Just want to make sure it went through good because I didn't know I'm using the mic twice. So I didn't know if it worked. Send it from my computer. Hey, Aaron. Welcome to the Feller fam. You're the first person we've had on the Feller fam today. Thank you for joining. Just really excited. Appreciate it. Yeah, I have to get a new suitcase. Mine completely broke. But I've had it for like 12 years. Catherine says you didn't leave your name and number. I didn't. I texted him that voice memo, so I don't have to leave him my name and number because it is already on there. It wasn't like a voicemail, it was a voice memo. You're hilarious. See? Deb, other people agree too. Okay, let's listen to what this guy says. Focus.
Yeah, I would say that we actually have had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there. There were many ponds that we were following up on Coldstream, as well as other bodies of water. So I don't know that dive teams ever discontinued. It was more of trying to still follow up on all of those things. And I believe Adventures with Purpose also had been diving at other lakes as well within the area.
Is there any time from the time that Adventures with Purpose started, how long it took them to find it?
You're talking on Prosser Lakes?
How do you guys process what this guy just said? Process.
Yeah, I would say that we actually have had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there. There were many ponds that we were following up on Coldstream, as well as other bodies of water. So I don't know that dive teams ever discontinued. It was more of trying to still follow up on all of those things. And I believe Adventures with Purpose also had.
That guy just told me to call again. The guy. Your
call has been
Right. The guy that I texted is calling me. That didn't take long.
Your call has been.
I tried calling. It goes to voicemail. Let me try to call him on FaceTime audio. I have 2 missed calls from him. How do my... Hello?
Hello.
Is this Lieutenant Ray?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm just investigating this Kiely Rodni case, and there's a picture circulating online from the Alameda dive team, and I was wondering if you could help bring some clarity to me.
Sure. Well, I believe our volunteer search and rescue dive team went up there. I was actually just calling the dive captain to find out what their assignment was on that day. So,
I'll send you a picture of it real fast, just so you have it. I'll text it to you since I got your number.
So I heard, and I got to confirm this, but I heard that they wanted to dive where she was found in the shallow water area near the bank or whatever. But I heard that they wanted to dive it again or something, and they were told not to. I don't know.
Well, you can see on the picture that I sent you, it appears that they're at Prosser, about 50 foot from where Kiely's car was found. And I didn't know. Yeah, and I didn't know if you can confirm if that's true, false, if that's a different lake, if it was a different day, if it was after she was already gone, if it was, if there's just a lot of facts about it and I don't want you guys getting a bunch of crazy people coming after you or anything like that, but it's hitting the internet pretty heavy right now.
Hold on a second. Alameda County Sheriff's Office. There's our boat. Oh, there's her car. They're in the water right there. There's a canoe right there. That's bizarre.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if we
that don't look good.
If we can figure out what day was this taken, and if that is actually Prosser, or because all the lakes kind of look similar there. Were they at Boca?
Yeah, these are our volunteer divers. So these people are civilians and they volunteer. They come in and they on these missions and do these. I used to be on the dive team as the real dive team back in the day.
I see.
Yeah, let me find out. This is a great question. Let me get back to you shortly.
Okay. Thanks, man.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Here's the picture. It's a volunteer dive team, and we'll get down to the bottom of this, guys. I was about to end my stream. Now I don't feel like I can. I don't feel like I can end my stream now. Again, guys, we need to confirm a few things. When was this picture taken? Who took it? You know? Desiree says, yeah, wow, he was cool. He was definitely cool. He seemed like a very nice guy. Southern Gal Jin's got my intrigue rolling today. Bargain Shopper, thank you so much for that super sticker. I really appreciate it. Yeah, he was super cool. I don't know what to think of it, guys. He's getting in touch with the dive team and then getting back to us. And so I was going to email him, and then I was like, no, let's just do a voice memo. I did not expect him to call me twice and then me call him back, and it worked. Let's play out the scenarios of what's possibly going on here. Well, here's Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, can you hear me?
It seemed like you had some insight about this picture.
Yeah, I just pulled over long enough to call in. So I think it was Zav Girl today that did a show that was discussing this exact same thing. And the creator that you were originally showing it on, I've caught a few of his. He actually has some pretty hardcore common sense. I don't know that I would appreciate his approach as much as yours, but all the same, his tries to remain factual as well. And so he had brought up, what do you call it? Like a news report or something that was talking about, you remember how the sheriff's office was talking about all the man hours and all the agencies, and Alameda was listed as a volunteer, which is why I tagged you earlier and stated, yes, they were a volunteer group. And lo and behold, it wasn't just volunteering recovery. They were actually volunteers from Alameda. But I just wanted, before I take off here, I wanted to get these thoughts out of my head before I forget them. One, no, I do not agree with Jagger staying with the mom and stepdad. Two, I go back to the law of physics and wonder how none of her things floated that would float to the surface and to the banks. And no one would have found that in all the searching they did. And three, Doug from Adventures with Purpose stated that when they flipped the car, they flipped it over onto the driver's side to get it upright, like side to side, right? Well, all of that stuff that we dissected in the still frame from their video was on the passenger side. So how did all of those things that would or possibly could contain crucial evidence end up falling out of the car?
Yeah.
I'm kind of bothered by it, but maybe there's a logical explanation. But
Well, there were windows open on both sides, right?
Right. So we saw things on the passenger side. Remember that window was down or broken, the front passenger window. And that was the one that we did the still frame and blew up and tried to figure out what was inside. But they didn't roll it onto the passenger side. Per Doug, they rolled it onto the driver's side. And the chain, the window on the driver's side did not break because of rolling it. It broke because the chain slipped off. Remember, I was kind of cursing the tow guy for the manner in which he was pulling it out of the lake to begin with.
Yes.
The chain actually slipped, and they had to reposition to get it on there, and then flipped it onto the driver's side. And when that chain slipped, that's actually what broke out the driver window. But if everything's on the passenger side and you're rolling it to the driver's side to upright it, how did everything magically fall out? Just saying.
I see a world where that could happen, but I don't know vehicles like you do, so you are much more an expert than I am.
Well, I don't, and I'm not going to say that, this is some big conspiracy, but my last and final thought, I will leave it to everyone because I know you're waiting on that guy to call back. I don't know how fast he will.
I hope he calls back.
Right. It sounds like he wants to know too.
He was like, yeah, that doesn't look good.
Right. So anytime there's a community with an abundance of wealth tied to it, in my entire life, this isn't just because of this case, I never trust the sheriff. The sheriff is an elected post. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not saying it was a cop's kid that was there that did it. Anybody with wealth can go to an elected official for help. And that's all I'm going to say.
Thanks for your call.
Alrighty.
Bye, Rebecca. Amy says, thank you, Tyler. Great call. You're welcome. And I hope he calls back. And I'm interested to know what he will say. Don't know why I said it like that. We're just patiently waiting. We're just over here patiently waiting. Thank you, Amy, for that super chat, our super chat, super sticker train conductor. Thank you for your support. By the way, we had 2 people join the Feller fam. I appreciate both you guys. I'm just super glad that you guys are a part of the Feller fam. Warms my heart. Really glad. If you guys are just now tuning in with us, I called Alameda County Sheriff's Office. I spoke to the lieutenant, who's a public information officer. He has great insight about the dive team. He spoke to me saying that this was a volunteer dive team. They allowed them to use their boat. He is working on getting down to the facts. And I want that as well. Of when this photo was taken, where it was taken. He got back super fast. That dude got back super fast. He was in a jiffy. That dude was back. So I think he's trying to get in touch with whoever was a part of this trip before he gets back with me. But I guarantee you, he's doing a good job on it. Guarantee you, he's doing a good job on it. What are the options, guys? Could be, there's a chance it's not at Prosser. Option 1. Option 2. I agree with Amy. She said, let's do a bullet train while we're waiting. Can we get 5 people who've never sent a super chat to send one today? Would that be great? Would that be great? The next 10 minutes. Option 2. This was taken after Kiely's vehicle's no longer there. Option 3. This photo was taken the day after Kiely went missing. The tow truck driver story is legit. Her car wasn't yet in the water. Option 4. I don't know what option 4 is. Still thinking of that one. What do you guys think it is? Option 4, photoshopped. That's a good one, Aussie girl. Blue Bonnet, what do you mean there's problems with Zav in another live? What are you talking about? Texas Blue Bonnet, problems with Zav in another live? What is that? What do you mean? By the way, guys, I've been wearing this shirt since I was 15 years old. Speed the Light. It's a ministry organization. They help fund missionaries in supplies they need. I've been doing that since at least I've had this shirt, which was 15 years old. Been funding missionaries. I have the shirt to prove it. Called Speed the Light. Beckfast, thank you so much. You said, love the energy. Yes. Looks like you just got a spark to a case that's been missing so much official feedback. I hope so. Keep going. Don't stop. I added that part because I wrote a book called Don't Stop, and I just like to say it. Tireless work is often priceless. Couldn't agree more. Thank you for your super chat. Appreciate it. I don't remember seeing you around here. If you've been here and I've missed you before, I apologize, but I'm glad you're here now. Hey, Amy, our super sticker train conductor. Come on, she's sounding the alarm, guys. She's sounding that alarm. Debbie, thank you for that. Appreciate it. Bargain shopping. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm just feeling like we're patiently sitting around here waiting. Just waiting to see if the public information officer is going to call me back. I did send him that picture. I kind of want to go back and hear what he said. Hey, Patty, thank you for hopping aboard the super sticker train. Appreciate it. Hey, Bunny, Mom. You said, I know you've watched some of that August 22nd news conference, but if you watch around the 6-minute mark, the officer says, yes, that's what I'm thinking too. Exactly what you're saying. I had a little thought in my mind that that's what he was saying.
They had lots of communication as they were going to be traveling to this area, and then a lot of detailed information that was shared that wasn't necessarily out to the public yet that hopefully was of assistance to helping them locate the area to go to.
You said the car was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning. What did AWP have that maybe you guys didn't have, or why was that missed in the initial search?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief. You know, when peace officers are out in the field and volunteers and searchers, it doesn't mean that they're experts in the field, right? These are sometimes ancillary duties, and we're calling from other agencies to try to jump in. And tracking underwater is an extremely difficult thing to do. So I think part of our debrief on any of these situations is how do we figure out to improve our services, work on our resources and the way that we use them, A lot of this equipment is high end, very expensive, and you really need to have a lot of practice and expertise. And I think that's where a group like Adventures with Purpose is able to focus and practice those skills and really hone them. And so we're appreciative that they were able to come out and locate it. I also don't want to take away, though, from
Cynthia, thank you for your super chat. Guys, I'm enthralled over here. Like, I'm on edge, just waiting to see if this guy's going to call me back. So much so, I forgot to listen to even one sentence that this guy said. And I'm going to go back and listen to what he says at the 6-minute mark, because I want to honor Bunny Mom, who sent a super chat, who made a good point that I felt like is true because it resonated in my heart. I apologize that my brain's not fully cooperating with us today, but I don't remember one word he said.
locate the area to go to.
You said the car was found in the area where you've been searching since the beginning. What did AWP have that maybe you guys didn't have, or why was that missed in the initial search?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers. I think that's part of what we're going to have to go back to do and debrief. You know, when peace officers are out in the field and volunteers and searchers, it doesn't mean that they're experts in the field, right? These are sometimes ancillary duties, and we're calling from other agencies to try to jump in. And tracking underwater is an extremely difficult thing to do. So I think part of our debrief on any of these situations is how do we figure out to improve our services, work on our resources and the way that we use them. A lot of this equipment is high end, very expensive, and you really need.
Basically, he's saying Adventures with Purpose are experts at what they do, and we're not. I think. Gregory, Bunny Mom, that was a great point. The part I was thinking of that he was saying was like, we've searched it extensively. Hey, Gregory, you said thank you for your efforts to uncover the truth. You're welcome. Thank you. I honor you. I bless you. Thank you for your support. Hey, Bargain Shopping, thank you for that super sticker. Thank you guys for hopping aboard. And another way, if you guys want to support, Beach Retreat or just things that we're doing, you can support on PayPal, Tyler Feller, Cash App, $, Tyler Feller 22, Venmo at Tyler-Feller. You said, Tyler, with your profession, do you feel pressure to let light shine through the darkness? I think this could be a very important time. That's exactly the whole reason why we do what we do. Like, we're pretty open about, and by open, I would mean I don't know. We're pretty strict about wanting to make sure that we shine the light. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to hop off of here because my family's here and I need to eat and all those things. But I'll let you guys know soon what this guy says. So I just really appreciate it. If you guys want to support, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, it's all there on the screen. I'm going to pray over you. Don't get off yet. Father, I bless everybody on the stream. Thank you for bringing us together. Help us shine light in the darkness like that chat just said. And Father, I just pray in the name of Jesus that justice for Kiely will be found. You'll give us wisdom and discernment on how to handle that. And I bless everyone in Jesus' name. Amen. Hey, guys, do me a favor. Go comment on this video. That's so helpful if you would do that. We'll see you.